Natasha, come here and let's play. This is exactly what Ukrainian women absolutely hate when Turks are playing around with them. And this is exactly why there is a big stereotype that Turkish men aren't serious and aren't taking Ukrainian women seriously. And this is why it's really difficult to connect a man from a Turkish culture to a Ukrainian woman who is my client. And I'm going to tell you a story, a successful story between Serkan and Svetlana, how they made it work. And if you listen to the end of this video, you will hear good recipes for making things work between a man from traditional culture with a Ukrainian woman. So, number one, why not so many Turkish men exactly are coming to use my services is because Ukrainian women are everywhere in Istanbul, everywhere in Antalya, everywhere in Turkey, because Ukrainian women are doing business with Turkey. They are traveling on vacation. Some of their family members live here. Some of their friends are married to Turkish men. Some Turkish men come to Ukraine for business and they connect. So they aren't reaching out to the matchmaking boutique possible, they do it themselves. And men who are Turkish men are coming to use my services can win by coming to matchmaking boutique possible because they will get quality approach. If you don't have a friend who is married to a Ukrainian woman, if you don't have any family members or business connection that have access to single and searching Ukrainian women, if you want to use your time smartly and get the database of reliable, serious, attractive and family-oriented ladies, I'm here. The Matchmaking Boutique Possible, possible.ua is the website. Come to my matchmaking consultation, the link is in this video description, and let's talk. I will tell you exactly who are the matches and how I can help. So the story of Serkan and Svetlana goes like this. When he came to me, immediately she said, no, he's Turkish, he's not serious, I don't care. I don't care how good he is, I just don't want to see him because he's Turkish. Took me time, took me a lot of effort, took 6 months before Svetlana agreed to meet Serkan. But then their love story started developing very dynamically because they not only met in Kyiv, they really liked each other. She was really connecting to his values, to his attitude, to his cosmopolitan personality, and it started just going step by step further. Soon the couple moved in. It was 2013 when Serkan came to me first, and then 6 months later they met each other. Soon they started living together because Svetlana moved to Turkey, and 3 years later they got married. So 2016 this couple got married. Now they have 2 beautiful sons, 6 years old and 2 years old, and they have their own good recipe how they get along. And number one thing is, no matter how cosmopolitan Ukrainian women are, we are still a traditional culture, and we experience and we live with traditional family values. We marry for life. We are caring about sustainable relationships. We are loyal. We are supportive. We take care of a lot of household chores, but want a guy to provide. We want a man to take the leading position and listen to his advice. We allow him to take the responsibility, but we want to take advice with each other and make decisions together. So these traditional things really help. And we are also religious when you are not pushing it. I'm making a video near the temple, and usually men from Turkey are also religious, but not only religious, they believe in God, they believe in higher power, which we do as well. And that is a big connecting factor. Also, the family of Serkan are university graduates. His parents are cosmopolitan, modern people. They live in a city, they travel, they go out, they travel around the world. So that is also adding a lot to a successful story of their son, because if parents are very traditional, they won't let their son marry a foreigner, whoever the foreigner is. She can be French, she can be Italian, it won't work. He can have an affair, but parents are very important figures in a Turkish man's life, and if they disapprove of somebody, there is a no-go. But in our story, it was another situation. Parents really supported Serkan, and they absolutely loved Svetlana because she's an amiable, adorable, nice woman. So they love their grandchildren, and the recipe for success in this couple is number one. They take advice, they make decisions together, they discuss things, and they make an agreement together. But he takes the responsibility, he takes charge. And this is very similar to many other couples that Svetlana was kind to share with me, because how she adapted in Istanbul was several things. Number one, she started learning the language. Needless to say, well, it took her 3 months to master the language well enough so she could practice it more and she could learn it better, and now she speaks it very fluently. I was in a restaurant with them and we had a lot of fun. She was fluent at talking to waiter and speaking to their children in Turkish, in English, and in Russian. So yeah, that's what a Ukrainian woman is. So she learned the language, and she made friends with Ukrainian community, with ladies who were married to Turkish men, who had a relationship with Turkish men, with the Ukrainian community that she could find there in Istanbul. And she said that all those people, listen, all of them, all women were happily married. They had good relationships, because men were supportive, men were caring, men helped them with household chores, men loved children. And that's another good point about Turkish culture, that Ukrainian women adore. Well, Turkish men absolutely love children. They are very helpful with children. When she's walking with a stroller, she's got people helping her, opening the door, being proactively helpful, and they just can't stand silent when they see you with a kid. And this is like something in the Turkish people's genes. It's genetical. They just adore children. And cats. Cats are everywhere in Istanbul. I don't know if it's somewhere there, but anyways, when you travel to Turkey, you will see those two things. So she said that those Ukrainian women were and are still happily married to their Turkish husbands. And that's another big supportive thing. Svetlana said that she didn't see any drama. She didn't see any bad situations like man drinking too much or man abandoning his family, which is in the culture, because culture here protects the family. Parents here, if they accept a foreign wife, they protect the family. So this is a good thing about it. And overall, what the family is gaining is cosmopolitan views on life, because their children speak 3 languages fluently: Turkish with their dad, English between mom and dad, and Russian with their mom. Serkan now speaks Russian quite well because he is planning to deal with Russian-speaking community as well. They travel all over the world, and kids go to school, and schools are good, and they, specifically their kids, since both parents are very well educated, they go to a very good school, and education is in a high list of priorities and values with a Ukrainian woman. So now, what about another members of the family. Good thing is that Svetlana's mom is living with them. Right. So I can hear already you're smiling, thinking, so the mother-in-law. Not at all. She's got a separate room. They say they barely see her because her mom is a professional sports teacher, professional gymnastic teacher who could easily find a job in very high-level sports school of Istanbul. Teaching gymnastics doesn't require too much speaking, so she speaks some Turkish, but the mother is a modern lady who could integrate her experience and who passes it to children. She loves children. So that is another important recipe, helping the family members, which in the Turkish world is important, because if you're a family, everybody matters. All people are like important blocks in the fundamentals, like roots in the fundamentals of your tree of happiness. So mom could easily find her way around the big city because she was working in the big city before, and she's well adapted. And his parents are also coming, and they are visiting from time to time. There is a separate room for his parents when they are arriving, and all of them have a good family reunion. So altogether, I will summarize that it is absolutely possible to find a wife for a Turkish man. If you're Turkish, if you wonder whether matchmaking boutique possible and my help can be useful for you, well, number one, tell me that you want to talk to Serkan. And I deliberately changed the names of the couple because these people are quite, known. So I will give you his number. He will happily share particular details on how to find the right girl. He is kind enough to share. Second, I will invite you to my personal interview, and we will define how well we can work together and how we can succeed. And so talking, gathering information is number one. Then watch more of my videos and watch more about happy love stories, happy couples, people that have made it, and try it on. Like, imagine yourself married. Ask yourself if your parents would be okay with having a wife from Ukraine, okay, or from anywhere else. I don't know, whatever country it is. Then try it. Try it, because you will be introduced to attractive, accomplished, and family-oriented ladies. And then if you've got the stability, if you've got the emotional stability, if you've got the desire to create a family, my job is giving you targeted candidates and avoiding all the junk dates and all the junk communications that you can get on the apps, and bring you to this person, introducing you to quality people. If this is what you can do, then I'm happy to talk to you. See you soon on my interview.